So Al and I went for a walk, and we didn't go on my usual 4-mile jaunt. We went to the beach, which is about a mile and a half walk. There, about maybe 2 miles. Anyway, so went to the beach, and so at the beach, and I was planning to go on another route, so I was going to do a 4-mile walk a different way. And so, but I wanted to go check out the water to see how things are. So I go down to the beach, and there's a chair and a half sitting there, and nobody's in it. So I says, well, why don't you sit down for a bit? Have a bowl. So I do. And so there's about, not separated, but there's like a space of about 4 feet between myself and a group of about 12 young people, so between 25 and 35 years old, having a day at the beach. It's a pretty modest day at the beach, this place. It's a public beach. And, it's nice, but it's not, well, it's a pretty nice beach. Anyway, so we're at this beach, and see, the thing is, people, like, when they form groups, they have a kind of a pack mentality in a way. There's the alpha female and the alpha male, and then the alpha female has sub-alpha females, underneath her, basically. Usually based on generally the aura strength and the current physical beauty characteristics, or theorized current physical beauty characteristics on the part of some outstanding female in any group of people. She's the alpha female, and she knows it. And so she's trying to be with the alpha male, and the alpha male, wants to be with her too, but he's homosexual. Because everybody expects that these two people should be together. It's their friends for probably, their adult lives, maybe their childhood as well. So anyway, so I'm watching this go on, and so when the alpha female comes over to me at least 70 times in the first 20 minutes that I'm there, and bends over, shows me her lovely posterior, and hangs around there, and comes back and hangs around, does the same thing again. And like, and what's interesting is the being alpha female, and did the same thing, but about 40 times. And the C alpha female, about 10, 20. But all these women were kind of coming over and very, noticing me, and so I used to think nothing of it. I used to think it was my imagination, right? But I'm kind of not big on coincidences anymore. So I'm being with the reality of this and going, so what's going on here? And so what I'm noticing is that if the alpha female is, desperately wants some kind of affection at all from this alpha male, and the alpha male's got his lover with him, the guy he works out with, probably 30, 40 hours a week. And the guy's got, the body of a David, right? And both of them. And so, but, I didn't see too much, wit in the alpha male. But anyway, for one reason or another, he's the alpha male anyway, so anyways, he was a little subtler than I gave him credit for. Anyway, the bottom line is, he's got no interest in her. Not really. Like, he's in love with his muscle buddy, and he and his muscle buddy put up with her for appearances, probably a few hours on Saturday afternoons a week, and whenever she can get him in an evening, maybe to throw one into her if she's lucky. He didn't want her touching him today. She couldn't get close to it all in front of me, right? Like, so I'm wondering, well, what's going on? Like, she's coming over and kind of making these kind of energetic nuances in my direction. So I'm kind of trying to follow the script here and see what's going on, what's being said. And so what I noticed was, like, so I know some of the other men in the crew, say there's like 7 guys altogether. And so a good 4 of them are gay. Maybe 2 of them don't know it themselves, 2 of them do and are hiding it. And 2 know it, and they're hiding it too. It's like 4 out of 7 guys in this group of old friends are homosexual. And there's 4 or 5 women trying to hang around with them and get some kind of cuddles from them. And the men who aren't homosexual are so dwarfed that, like in terms of their own opinion of themselves, I feel so guilty for beating off the blow-up goat or whatever the thing is. I don't know, but they're so women have really nobody to be with at all. Well, the alpha males that are not gay, and I fall into that category. And I think what they notice in me isn't so much like, because I look in the mirror and I go, fuck, it's not your looks, what the fuck is it? And you know what it is? It's love. It's like, there's love in me. And women are sensitive enough to see it. And that's what they want. And they're not getting it from their guys at all. Because they're barking up the wrong fucking tree. The guys are lying, the women are lying, we can't feel too sorry for Miss Alpha, one female, because, she basically wants him for his stature, his, because everybody thinks that's a good idea. I don't know, I can tell she doesn't, he doesn't rock her cradle at all, because he won't let her be affectionate. So his boyfriend came and sat down beside him, eliminating her possibility at all of sitting close to this guy. So what she did, she sat on his lap, and I thought, okay, I'm going to give it 5 minutes. Okay, if she can sit on his lap for 5 minutes, then I'm wrong about my whole thesis here. I think she lasted about 45 seconds, maybe a minute and then 15 seconds. I lose at the idea secondary, but it's maximum a minute 15 seconds she's off his lap. Someone sat on my lap and I got up for months. And so, she doesn't know what to do, and neither did any of the other girls there. Because, they're kind of counting on these guys to be men for them, and at least, try and, get in their pants or something. But that's not even going on. Oh, because the guys who likely love to are too afraid to even try. And the guys who are alpha males wouldn't be afraid to, would prefer boys. To such an extent, it's embarrassing. Sometimes I think Alan made a mistake with this. Homosexual men don't give a fuck about women at all. And if they have to lie about it, they don't give a fuck about anything else either. Their whole lives. Your generals, your merchants of death. That's what these guys are. There's no man that can possibly love, I'm telling you this right now, no man that can love 2 women at the same time. And possibly be vicious to anything for a second. Or seek loss or unworkability in anything for a second. Exactly. Now, if I didn't have my 2 wives and 4 wives, I just don't want us. I don't know. They don't speak to me very often much anymore. But not as anybody else. It's all pretty much silent these days everywhere. It's a holiday in Canada. I could let off a round. I could get my 7th weapon right down the other street and set off 50 rounds and not hit a single person. But that happened. So women are very, very lonely. Married women. Remember May? Not May. Nandi. Well, Nandi was flirting with me, last summer. He was, considering her. And so, you don't really need language to communicate with me. You can communicate with pictures. Just one letter and a bunch of pictures. You can communicate volumes. Anyway, so Nandi lets me know that she's going to deliver me a bit of a hard message, basically after I propose marriage to her. I pointed out to me that she's already married, and she hopes I don't mind. And so I ripped her head off for it, and so a couple months later, maybe 3 months later, she Facebook's a copy of her baby, brand new baby. So she had been 8 months pregnant while she was seeking some kind of attention, some kind of male attention, somewhere in the world for herself. This tells me her husband is paying so little attention to her and cares so little for her, and he allows her to pine for any kind of attention whatsoever from any man at all. That's basically what these girls were doing today. Like, they're with these friends of theirs, old friends, but why are they preening and giving primal, humping rhythms to an old guy like me sitting on a beach chair? That old fuck, that's what it has to be. It's the love. It's the love that does this. It's the love that has me notice it, that's for sure. I kind of saw things like this before, but I thought, it was just, my imagination just couldn't not possibly ignore. But today, it was pretty difficult to ignore, totally difficult to ignore, possibly ignore. And so, I can say for sure that worshiping the truth and marrying a few women will completely improve your sexual possibilities. Not you're gonna be, using them for much, but still, it's kind of nice to see. Like, wow. Guys hanging around gyms thinking that muscles are going to get them pretty girls. When they get are basically muscles and boyfriends. Either the gym etiquette isn't conducive to guys hitting on girls whenever or it's they're just too scared. Like, women are afraid to ask a man out, man. They really are. Men are afraid to ask women out. I've been asking women for 10 years, for God's sake. Still haven't got a yes. Anyway. So what I'm saying. So anyway, it alters how people see one as well. So I know words are exchanged at all. I'm there for about an hour. Not a single word was exchanged between us whatsoever, except that ball bounced in the water, and there's no way of getting it from there. She said, "You could have been on your feet, sir." Anyway, I made some quip and got a bit of chuckle. Anyway, that was it. And so during the hour, Alpha Female B decided to open a box of fruit that she had prepared, or somebody prepared for the afternoon, and offered me some fruit. I said, "Thank you." I took a piece. She said, "Would you like some mango?" I said, "Sure." So she pointed to where the mango was. I reached and took a piece of mango. as well as a piece of cantaloupe. And she says, "You gotta watch the mango, it's all drippy." I said, "It's okay. Smell like it." Anyway, so I didn't catch that at the time. Anyway, so and these are our daughters. But I even remember, like, girls want love. They do, even more than guys. And sometimes it's hard to believe it the way they treat guys. Because like, I'm not a homosexual guy. Like, I'm not a guy that's gonna fuck you up, burn you out, and maul you. I never did. I got 200 women. Okay, I've slept with 200 women, not a single complaint. There's never been a complaint of a rape or any kind of problem sexually with me whatsoever from any woman ever. Got one. Oh no, I'm sorry, Suzanne. Suzanne said I threatened to kill her kid. The jurist figured a month was sufficient for that. Concurrent with my already ridiculous amount of time spent for a crime that did not happen. Anyway, for me, it was like a cross between portobello mushroom and asparagus. For a second. And that's it. So, now, nobody ever said I hurt anybody. Nobody said I ever forced anybody or ever, harmed anybody in any way. I had inappropriate contact with a boy's penis for 3/4 of a second. A bunch of jurists have managed to cobble into a lifetime sentence. Now, I know people are paying a lot of attention to what we say, and they're not registered users because they vetoed one of the pictures that I had. Just poof, blew it off my blog. And, well, it was a debatable graphic. Had a woman lips at another woman's chest, but it wasn't at her nipples, it was on the side of her chest, so you couldn't see the size of the breast. So it could have been a 6-year-old girl, it could have been a 27-year-old girl. Anyway, they saw fit to annihilate that graphic, so and the numbers, the ratios have gone up as well. Like, it used to be like 4 or 5 times now. It can be, 10 and more, times 20. But we had 30, 6 people viewing it, 3 people registered or something like that. So, anyway, so, like, our girls all over the world are desperate and lonely, and they don't know why. And so what happens, they wind up blaming men by the time menopause hits, and turn sour and vicious and cruel and mean. Become judges and jail guards and basically give up on their own femininity. So, is this smart? I'm like, am I stupid? Like, am I missing something? Is this smart? Can you tell me this is smart? Will you let me know if this is smart? So, I'm home. I love the two of you. Just wait till I get my hands on you. Then you're gonna pay. But like so this girl's probably been, trying to, get this guy's affections for years. I would theorize. And the whole group can't figure out why they're not gelling. Like, people don't understand about human sexuality at all. They really don't. And I'm just beginning to see its application. It's applied application. It's applied application. You know what I mean? Like, what the rubber meets the road with this is, our girls are getting crushed. And our guys are wasting their lives in fruitless pursuit of something they don't even want because everybody thinks it's a good idea. I don't care if the two of you are purple people eaters and drag. You're mine. Don't go no place. So, I'm back from my walk. I didn't go for a walk for 4 miles or 5 miles. Maybe 2 miles. Ella says, we'll go for a walk later. I don't get to walk however much I want. I walk however much he wants. So. I think he made me buy ice cream today too. It's true. I never eat dessert. I never, I just don't do it. And anyway, so we play little games once in a while. And I'm waiting for you guys to come here too. So, I got nothing to say other than, hey honey, I'm